guys, King of Triumphs here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you this 5-0 with my Alolan SANDSHREW team from Season 9 that took me to Legend. I didn't think this team would be that good, but with Shadow Claw Alolan Sand coming out, I was like, you know what? Let me give this a shot. And sure enough, this team literally this is the first time I used the team when coming back, and it literally got me a 5-0, so I was really happy about that. You are going to see boosting, you will see top lefting, you will see Alolan Sand, you'll see this team come back from losing leads and absolutely obliterating our opponent like no tomorrow. And the boost. Boost is always nice. But yes, Alolan SANDSHREW, you probably already have one because of Alolan SANDSHREW. Not Alolan SANDSHREW. I mean, technically, that's the one you wanted most. But because of SANDSHREW Community Day, you likely all already have Alolan SANDSHREW XLs for the Kanto Cup. If you don't have one, it's okay. You don't need it to be good, but Alolan SANDSHREW is factually good for the Kanto Cup. I made it go viral at one point and swept an entire team, and it got thousands of likes. I wish I could do that again, but despite that, I love my Alolan SANDSHREW, and it did take me to Legend in Season 9. And I used it when it first came out. I used it when Kanto Cup first came around with XLs, and it was a whole lot of fun. Hopefully this team, and a lot of people tell, this has taken all the people to Legend too, so if you want Stardust, if you want gains, you want those dust gains, this team, and you love Alolan SANDSHREW, then this is for you. But before we get started, my therapist mental health tip for the day is going to be anxiety. So here's the thing, one of my friends mentioned like this is an interlude season for you to get used to for you to get just pretty much practice, but at the same time, the anxiety of you having to play Pokemon Go PvP, because PvP can be really annoying right now, especially with the fact that you just click and you pray you win the lead, or rather, when you start Pokemon Go PvP, you don't start off with you don't start off an even playing field. You can lose the lead or you win the lead, and depending on how it plays out, you don't even have a chance in some situations because of rock, paper, scissors. That's literally the thing. But what you can do is just make sure you try to battle through it. In order to get through anxiety as a therapist, you have to be exposed to it. You have to remember, I talk about a feedback loop all the time. In order to get off that track, you need to push through, and you need to consistently make the same behaviors so that you're able to push through your anxiety, so that when you see the anxiety form to you again, you find out, okay, I don't have to fear this. And then in turn, it's going to allow you to overcome it, and then you'll realize you don't have to fear a lot of things. Seriously, Pokemon Go PvP is nothing to be feared. You might have anxiety over it, but it's pretty easy to work on because all you have to do is click battle, let the battle go through. If you're having a tough time with anxiety in Pokemon Go, literally play out your battles. Play your battles, win or lose, just click the next one. I'm able to run through 100 battles and go battle day pretty easily because I don't get any anxiety or anything over it at all. Win or lose, let it go, let it play, and let's go. I've been working on that for a long time already, and I've come to a point to where I literally have no anxiety when I battle. Even when I see a big name on PvP, I'm just like, oh hi, it's time to battle. This is gonna be sweaty. Sure enough, it's 9 times 10 chooses sweaty. Alright, just obliterate them outright. Anybody can lose on any given day on Pokemon Go PvP. Also, you can push through Go Battle League anxiety by just pushing use, battle through it, end it, and then just move on to the next one, regardless of the result. Win or lose, just keep on going. It's an important mentality to have, not just for this interlude season, but also when there's actually ELO gameplay for the next upcoming season in June. Without further ado, this is my 5-0 with my Alolan SANDSHREW team, my best Alolan SANDSHREW team for the Kanto Cup. Let's get started. Alright, so here are the battles. Alolan SANDSHREW goes ham. I love Alolan SANDSHREW. It took me to Season 9 Legend, and it's going to entertain you on this shoutcast today. For our first trainer, we get Mew onto A-Slash. This is great for us because these Night Slashes are going to chunk, especially if you are able to boost. So, the thing about Mew is that Mew usually has 2 moves, Surf or Wild Charge. If it has Flame Dryers, you're screwed. As you see, I usually will not shield the first move, especially if it's just I believe 6 or 7 Shadow Claws, because usually that doesn't indicate it's going to be that. And we get the boost! As you see, we get the boost, and there is no way in hell am I switching out. My Alolan SANDSHREW is about to put your soul on ice. My heart, my soul, and my entire being is ice cold. Well, technically I'm a therapist, so I really can't claim that I'm completely ice cold, but hey, you know what? It's what it is. It's better than the last season of Game of Thrones, just saying. I always make that reference because, God, I was so disappointed in it. But when you have an Alolan Sandshrew that's boosted, all you're gonna do is keep freaking clawing your opponent's eyes out. Literally, it's like a pissed off partner when you're in a relationship. What do you do when they piss them off? They claw your eyes out. Well, I hope not. If they do claw your eyes out, you should probably consider leaving that relationship. Just like how they left it. Just like how my opponent just left this battle. They top left it so freaking fast. For the next battle, we got SANDSHREW onto Hitmonchan, and this is a terrible lead. What do you do when you lose the lead? You either say switch into Hypno or you switch into Amok. Both of them work, but generally I will switch into Amok if there's the fighter lead, because you want to lock you want to lock Hypno onto the fighter lead. We're gonna fire off these dark pulses. The reason I like Snarl a lot is just because it generates energy. The Poison Jab version works just as fine as well, but with a lot of these Alolan Slashes running around, I generally like Dark Pulse or like Snarl just better. Plus, you generate energy faster to break shields. As you see here, all we're gonna do is just Dark Pulse our way to victory. I will double shield here because, like I mentioned, we want to win switch and you want to lock on the fighter onto Hypno. That's the general way you want to play this team. We're just gonna keep Dark Pulsing, and again, you see the usefulness of Snarls. If this were Poison Jab, it would be a little rough because that Snarl damage kind of matter in the end of happening against a little Marowak, and you'll see that later in a Shoutcast today. As you see here, I'm also, what's huge is if you manage to get those extra Snarls through like we did here, you'll be able to get a bazillion energy, unless Go Bad Like decides to take your soul, as you see here. And then we're going to Dark Pulse for the dub. We're going to Dark Pulse, we're going to realign. They're probably going to send in Hitmonchan to farm us down, but that's perfectly fine, because Hypno is a tanky boy, and my Hypno's going to give us some dubs here. Our opponent goes down, they're probably going to send in Hitmonchan, or they're going to reveal their back row, and it's actually a Clefable. So I stay in here because I don't want to lose alignment, and for some odd reason, I'm not able to get to the Dark Pulse. And my brain is like, what? Fast move takes priority over charge moves nowadays. Which is really dumb. Yeah, that's really... yeah. This completely changes the way you play the game, because now you can't bank on those really ballsy and basically you get punished for being aggressive. As you see, I predict my opponent is going to swap on a Hitmonchan, and the reason I did this here is because I didn't want them to combo in and hit me with an Ice Punch or something of that sort. So as you see, we're comboing at the right time. All I have to do is farm down this Hitmonchan, and all I got to do is Shadow Ball for the W. Again, charge fast moves take priority over charge moves, which makes sneaking in a little easier, but if you're going to try to be really ballsy, it just doesn't work, and it causes a whole lot of weird things. Like you see here, I didn't even see the Hitmonchan die. It just died out of nowhere, and then Shadow Ball goes out. You literally ball out. I should be able to do 2 Confusions here. Unfortunately, I'm not, and then I should be able to just Night Slash. In no way, shape, or form should this Clefable kill my Alolan Sandshrew. As long as I get this Night Slash off, I should win CMP. The keyword is should. I have no idea what's going on in the game nowadays. It's super broken. So if you notice, if you try to fire off a charge move while your opponent is where you're gonna die to one fast move, the fast move takes priority first, which is gonna blow your mind because it hasn't worked that way for the past 3 years. You should get your move off. At least that's what's supposed to work. And that, for so much, is probably going to frustrate you a lot more than, well, it's gonna frustrate you a lot. It kind of blows my mind why they made this change. It's what it is. It's Niantic. What are you talking about? Like seriously, like someone talk to the director of Niantic. I mean, the director of engineering Niantic, and the worst person you could talk to is the director. You want to know why? Because the director is gonna tell you what you want to hear. The director probably has no idea what the heck they're talking about, anyways. This is someone that used to work on HR, by the way. So as you see here, all we're going to do is we're going to swap in our Amok into this Alolan Marowak. For once, we win the freaking lead, and as you see, I didn't boost for crap when that Night Slash is. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch him into Alolan Muck, and this is where Snarl comes in clutch. As you see here, Snarls are going to be able to charge to Dark Pulse really, really quickly, and then we're going to be able to get these shields. Now we're going to let it through, and then we're going to be able to Snarl out for the W. I don't shield the second one right here. I'm going to keep both shields. One Snarl will KO this Alolan Marowak. That's likely a Bone Club, and as you see, our Alolan Muck is still freaking really, really, really healthy. So our Amok is healthy. All we're going to do is they're going to send in the Dewgong, and then I'm going to let Amok go. I'm going to send in Alolan Sandshrew because Shrew is going to be able to just Night Slash away my opponent, plus I already have extra energy. And you kind of want to get the boost off. You want to chunk away with these Night Slashes, and maybe, just maybe, you will get the boost. If we boost into Super Saiyan 2, it's going to be great. If we don't, that's fine. So we don't get the boost, and that's terrible. With that being said, my opponent is probably going to draw Water Pulse Speed. I'm going to shield the first one, and it's an icy one. So I'm like, all right, what I can predict my opponent's going to do is that they are going... I'm going to snipe them. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to Night Slash here. I'm waiting for a little bit. As you see, I'm waiting till the Ice Shard goes through. And then I'm going to eat this second move. This is probably going to be an Ice Shard. Even if it's a Water Pulse, I will survive it. But after this, I'm going to Snipe Down with Hypno. And they're going to lose a bazillion energy. I'm getting a little more energy here. Snipe Down with the Hypno. The fanciness goes through. Fast move takes priority to Charge move. And because of that, my opponent will top left. Because even though you have 2 shields, you just lost a Dewgong with a bazillion energy. And that's GG's. So that's what makes you could swap in, and because fast moves get priority, your opponent will never get the charge move off, which it used to work the other way around. So my brain hurts. Okay, I'll figure out later. Yeah, figure out later. We get Dragonair into into our Shrew, and finally we win the freaking lead. So for once we won the lead, all we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt to Dark Pulse our opponent down, keep alignment, keep the Shrew on a Dragonair. Y'all already know what happens. That's GG's. So all we're going to do is we're just going to Dark Pulse to victory. Literal Dark Pulses. We're going to go Akuma on our opponent. Well, you know, Alolan Muck is like, you know, Alolan Muck's like Crayola. You know, when you have the slime, you know, you have like slime, that colorful slime that you used to play with as a kid. That reminds me of Alolan Muck. And it looks absolutely ridiculous. Amazing design. Absolutely ridiculous. And why is it so beastly for the Kanto Cup? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's one of the only few dark types in the game, right? But as you see here, Alolan Marowak is desperately trying to get to its move. They fire a move here, which is a mistake. This allows me to get the extra Snarl through, and then I can fire a charge move if I choose to, but I'm not going to because I want to just let Amok go. I'm going to send in a Shrew because I want shield advantage. In this scenario, having shield advantage might actually pay off for us. Because why are you gonna shield? There's no reason to keep alignment because Alolan Muck loses. I mean, Alolan like SANDSHREW and Hypno would lose. And as you see here, we get a freaking Machamp in the back, and that's great, and that's GG's. This is why saving the shield works, because now all I have to do for here is I just have to Shadow Ball this Dragonair, and then after I Shadow Ball Dragonair, all I have to do is Thunder Punch down the Machamp, or I could do something fancy. It's up to you, but as you see here, GoBattleLite decides to try to take our soul for 5 seconds, and thankfully does not take it on this day. No, seriously, please stop lagging GoBattleLite. I really have no expectations for the rest of the season, nor how Pokemon. I mean, we lagged in Worlds. For those that watched that EUIC broadcast, I didn't watch all of it. I watched like 10 minutes of it, only to see someone lag, and I just laughed and I left. It was such an embarrassment. Imagine being an esports game and you lag. Yay, lag! Yay, lag! Yay! Even after an interlude season, y'all still can't fix this stuff? GG's. Yeah, it's a tragedy, you know what I mean? We all want the GoBattleLite to work, but there's a lot of problems fixed once it starts working. At this point, I feel like if they try to even touch Pokemon Go PvP, they're gonna break something, because they're trying to play off like this was supposed to work. Yeah. It's never worked in the whole time I played Pokemon Go PvP. As you see here, I'm going to switch into Amok. My opponent gets an Alolan Marowak, and that was just a really wonky switch. And they swap into a Machamp. And now, what happens when a Machamp does not shield, especially when it's Shadow, against the Muk Sludge Wave? You die, and you know what that also means? My opponent's probably going to top left. And that's GG's. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, it's not they were pretending to shield, they just didn't shield on purpose. That's why they top left. And then that's GG's. That's a sweet 5-0 with Alolan SANDSHREW, the team that took me a legend. This is the best Alolan SANDSHREW team in the Kanto Cup. As you see, a sweet 5-0, and coming back from multiple losing leads, and just absolutely forcing our opponent to top left like no tomorrow. This is, again, the top/best Kanto Cup team with Alolan SANDSHREW for the Kanto Cup. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Alolan SANDSHREW took souls. It destroyed everyone. It was super cold, like, you know, Tala from Beyblade. If you know that anime, that's an old anime, yes. I remember Woolborg, Tala, Beyblade. It's a super old anime, but yes, it is, yes, that Beyblade was ancient, and it was a very competitive game, and y'all remember your Beyblades when you were kids. I definitely remember mine. I loved the Beyblade. But with Beyblades, you let it rip, and then you take out your opponent until they stop spinning. In this case, hopefully you stop spinning, because if you're spinning, that means the thing on your top left on Pokemon Go spinning, and you're in lag right now. So hopefully you battle through the lag. Hopefully you're grabbing all the Stardust, and hopefully this team does help you out with Alolan SANDSHREW ideas for the Kanto Cup. This is my best Alolan SANDSHREW team. Again, it took me a Season 9 Legend, love it to death, and still to this day, pop it out for, like I mentioned before, I just literally ran it for the first set, and boom, 5-0 right off the bat. Hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully you're gonna have some fun with Alolan SANDSHREW, and it is triple dust. Do me a huge favor, please like and subscribe. It's totally free. You can use subscribe by using the box at the bottom right, put your mouse over it, boom. Also, please comment to the YouTube algorithm. Some of you said, like, join the Stuffle Squad. I will join the Stuffle Squad. So if you will comment Stuffle Squad, I appreciate the Stuffle Squad. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to death. I love y'all, my community, and I appreciate every single one of you. I also stream on Twitch Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's when I stream on Twitch. Usually I stream Pokemon community game. I don't stream Pokemon Go, but there is a point redemption on there. If you want me to PvP, I will go ahead and do PvP if you could redeem that point redemption set. With that being said, good luck on your Go Battle League sets. Good luck on your Kanto Cup. May you get all the starter gains, and I will see y'all on the next video.